quick look at the market today for February 4th, 2025. And it was a bounce back day for markets after a couple of red days. And it was really on the back of Palantir being up over 20% on earnings, and just large cap growth certainly outperforming as a whole. Now, if I pop over to the major indices, however, if you look at the NASDAQ was up about 1.33%, the S&P was up about 0.75%, and the Dow up about 30 basis points. So not a big move there. But like I said, large cap growth really was the strength of the market after being so weak over the past couple of weeks or so. If you look at the big leaders, Google was up 2.5%, but did have earnings and was down after hours. Meta was up 1%, Nvidia up about 1.7%, Amazon up about 2%, same with Tesla. Microsoft was roughly flat, Apple was up 2%. So, this was overall a positive day, but like I said, mainly on that large cap growth part of the market, which has been a rarity as of late. Now, what were the drivers of the market today? Obviously, some resolution out of Canada and the tariffs there, kind of similar to the quote unquote deal that was struck with Mexico. Similar there. I think the headlines are a lot more substantial than the reality of the concessions that were made. And it's only a 30-day concession, 30-day pause on that. So this could be an issue coming up in just a month. So don't think that we're out of the woods on the tariff front. Those Chinese tariffs continue to be in place. And in fact, China implemented new tariffs overnight. And so it looks like the tariff war is just kind of getting started. And the headlines here are going to be wild, sometimes overstated, sometimes understated. But market gyrations right now, I don't think are so that it's going to take down the market as a whole. So really kind of a bounce back day in markets overall. And on the economic front, you had job openings lower than expected, 7.6 million. That's down from a consensus of 7.9 million that the market was expecting. Job openings fell from 4.8 to 4.5% last month. So certainly was an indication the job market was weakening just a bit. And you will have the jobs number coming out on Friday for the month of January. So that will be a market mover. But the dollar was weak on the back of that weak jobs opening report. And you also had December factory orders, those missed estimates. And so overall, the economic data was relatively weak. Like I said, the dollar was down. Gold was up 0.7%, ending at fresh record highs. Nobody's really talking about that, but gold remains very, very strong. Bitcoin, however, down 2.5%. So definitely not moving in the same direction there. WTI crude, that fell about 0.6% on the day, but off its worst levels. And that was all because of the Canada tariffs being taken off. So it was moving up on worries that supply out of Canada was going to be cut off. Now that that's pushed off, well, oil prices came back down a bit. So, we're just a few weeks into this new administration. There's going to be a lot of headlines. Ultimately, I don't think any of it is going to take down the markets. In fact, the one thing that I could think could take down markets is if you get follow through to the downside on some of these big tech names because of the DeepSeek news last week, and that changes the narrative around AI and the NVIDIAs of the world and those that are benefiting from the AI craze and AI investments. If that starts to, those expectations start to come off. And so that's what I will be watching for. Today was not one of those follow through days, but we still have some time left in the week and obviously this month, which I do expect to be rockier than we've seen in a while. Well, that was the market update for February 4th, 2025.